Burada! Hello everyone and welcome to an exclusive interview with my Welsh brother from another mother, Mr. Mathew Pritchard, aka the Dirty Vegan.
We've just been catching up with Matt in Lanzarote, soaking up the sunshine before he sets out on the most epic adventure of his life to date. On March the 3rd, Matt and 3 other crew members are taken to the high seas. They are going to be rowing the Atlantic 3,200 miles between Lanzarote and Antigua, and they're doing it all for charity.
Yes, they've got 2 charities that they're raising money for. One is Human, which is a charity focusing on mental health, which is a very important cause right now. But for our vegan followers, they're doing it for the animals too, which is fantastic with Dean Farm Trust. So Pritchard is a patron there, and he really wants to bring more attention to them.
It's about 180 animals, isn't there, that they've got to support through these times.
So they're doing some fantastic work. So we've got this little interview with Pritch, and it's absolutely fantastic to hear what he's doing it, who he's doing it for, the animals, and just a bit of banter with good old Pritchard. If you haven't already checked it out, check out our interview with him for season 1 of Activist. He's always a good laugh, and we hope you enjoy this interview as much as we did. We got up at 4 a.m. for it, and
Can you tell?
We're buzzing. So we hope you enjoy as much as we do. In a couple of days, you're about to be embarking on your biggest challenge yet, rowing across the Atlantic. Just so our viewers know, this isn't just some mad Welsh boy out there on the water. This challenge is to help 2 charities. And can you tell us a little bit about who you're doing this for and why?
Doing it for a human mental health charity, which, as you can imagine, is really important at the moment because lockdown worldwide has driven. Well, it's not really good for us to be locked down, and there's a lot of people suffering with mental health at the moment, and everyone's talking about the COVID deaths, which are not good, obviously, but at the same time, not many people are talking about the mental health aspect of what's actually going on in the world at the moment. So I think it's really important that we're doing stuff for human and mental health. And I've suffered with mental health myself in the past. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing it for human. And also we're doing it for Dean Farm Trust, which I'm a patron of. And I've been there a few times to see the animals, and they've got I think there's about 180 residents there at the moment. They're doing amazing work. So yeah, we're doing it for mental health and Dean Farm Trust.
It's such an awesome thing to be doing. And we're just blown away. It's pretty drastic. It's a fantastic thing to be doing. And, this thing, you don't just sort of hop in a boat and start rowing. You've been training for this since, October last year. And from following all your YouTube vlogs, it sounds like an endurance event in its own right, really. So, and, you've mentioned, obviously, COVID's been a huge factor. And with that as well, delaying your launch, has this, do you think, helped or hindered your preparation somewhat?
Yeah, well, I found out in October last year, my mate John Haskell, he did the Atlantic Dash in 2011. He did it in a wooden boat. And he asked me, September, October last year, I can't remember when it was. And he said, do you want to row the Atlantic? I did get asked previous, but my head wasn't in the right place. And it's quite a big challenge. In my head then, I didn't know much about it. And I thought, you could die out there. It was like that. It was the sea version of Everest. But this time when he asked me, because of COVID, stuck in the house, locked down, it's really grim. And I just thought, sod it, I'm doing it. I didn't even think about it. But also, I had to ask my fiance, my family, and obviously my business partners and stuff before I just jumped in head first. And I asked them, and they said, yeah, man, go for it. If that's what's going to make you happy. So I just said, let's do it. I spoke to the guys at Monkey Fist, and they sort of give me the lowdown on what ocean rowing entails. And they made me feel comfortable and said that I wasn't going to die. It's actually really safe. You're in a boat which is like a cork. If it capsizes, it just flips back over, and you're actually attached to the boat as well. So if it does go over, you're not going to go anywhere. You're on a leash. Oh no, it's not going to be very pleasant. It's going to be it'll be pretty gnarly. But yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere. But anyway, I said yes. And then I called up Mark Whittle, who's my coach. He's trained me for loads of my endurance stuff in the past, my Deckers, my Ironman. And he said, yeah, I'll give you a training plan. So because of lockdown as well, I thought I can't use a gym and I haven't got a row machine in my house. So my friend who owns a gym gave me a rowing machine, and I just turned my front room into a gym. So I had my watt bike in there, I had my row machine in there, I had my kettlebells, and it started off pretty. It was all right, you know. The sessions weren't too long on the Concept 2. I don't know if you've been on one, but I absolutely, excuse my language, fucking hate them now. I've spent so many hours on it, and I'm just like, But on the Wednesday, I called it Mega Wednesday, and where I do 2 hours on, 2 hours off, 2 hours on, 2 hours off, like beyond 6 hours in a day. And yeah, it was quite brutal. But you know, it needs to be done, because I'm not going to go out to sea with no training. So I did the work, and here I am at Lanzarote, sunny Lanzarote, waiting to hit the Atlantic on March the 3rd.
It's going to be fantastic. But we really enjoyed watching your vlogs, and we'll have to link to the YouTube channel and seeing some of this stuff happening. And I think MTV really did miss out on something. You know, there's Pritchard's Pasta Chronicles. You know, and your endurance event that was eating that huge bowl of pasta that took you, I believe. I'm usually terrible on fact retention, but 18 minutes and 32 seconds to eat that massive blob bowl. We could have just sat and watched that.
It was quite compelling. Yeah, we were just mesmerized.
Yeah, because the Monkey Fist guy said, you need to put on some weight because you're going to lose about 2 or 3 stone. And I thought, Christ, I need to put on that much weight. So I just started eating this, that, and absolutely everything. Vegan junk food as well, which is pretty good at the moment. So yeah, I was just... Have you ever tried to eat a whole thing of pasta?
No.
You can eat a lot of pasta, but that looked like the mother load of pasta.
Yeah, I think I did it about 2 or 3 times. But I mean, I'm normally 14 stone. And when I left for Lanzarote, I was 15 and a half. So I've got to do some rowing to get rid of this gut of mine.
Oh, cracker.
We were watching you thinking, God, that must sit like a blooming bowling ball in your stomach after down in that lot.
I mean, when I go running, I could feel the difference in my running, because I had so much more weight on me. I could feel I was sluggish. It was pretty hard, but hopefully in 3,200 miles, I'll be 3 stone lighter and ripped.
Absolutely. You got to have some perks of the job. Hey?
So you touched on this before, and it's part of the vlog series as well. You guys did your immersion test, and I couldn't help but think, you know, the old Pritch must have loved that being thrown around the inside of a boat. But so you're now in Lanzarote, and you know, has it really hit home yet that, you know, this is actually real, or is it still a bit of a surreal ordeal until it happens on the 3rd?
Oh, it's hit home, all right. I mean, when we first came to Lanzarote, because me, Johnny, and Martin, we got here literally a week before Billy arrived. Billy was the skipper for Monkey Fist, and it just felt like a holiday. And we weren't really doing much apart from the odd training here and there, and just literally just waiting for Billy. But it was pretty good, really, because it was nice to get to know them a bit before going on the boat. We had a week to spend time with one another, have a few beers, have some food, have a laugh, and that was pretty good. And then Billy had like a 7 or 8 day mission to get the boat from Avon Marina in Christchurch in the UK all the way to Lanzarote. So we had 2 ferry journeys, lorries, all this kind of stuff. So it was a massive mission for him. And then when he turned up ferry port at the start of this week, we all like, "Way, Billy's here," because we didn't think he would turn up. And of course, the boat then went into the customs thing. So we just went and we got pissed and we had a laugh. And then the next mission then was to get the paperwork so we could get the boat. But then what they did was in Cadiz, where the ferry left from, they stamped the papers, and they thought the boat was going to be, the last port to call was Lanzarote, but it was actually Antigua. So they messed it up. So they messed the paperwork, and then we didn't think we'd get the boat until Monday, which would be far too late, and we'd have to leave at a later time. But yesterday we got a call, and the Spanish authority said the paperwork's ready. We were all like, yeah, happy days. We just went rushing down to the port, and there's Billy by here, look.
Good day, Billy.
Hiya, Billy.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, how you doing? All right. Yeah. Are you podcasting now, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. All right.
I won't be long.
Yeah, no worries. Take as long as you want. Thank you very much for doing the podcast. I'll see you later.
No worries. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
That's the boss. Do as you're told.
Oh, well, we won't hold you up too much longer, Pritch.
No, for
it's
sure. Cool. It's we just really want to have.
Anyway,
yes, you carry on.
We picked up the boat yesterday, and we got it towed to the villa where we're staying at. And this morning we woke up really early. We're starting to put all the stickers on, the decals, all the sponsors, all that kind of stuff, and getting all the food out. I mean, I've just laid all the food out on the floor because we're using dehydrated food. So you just put hot water in a bag, like a posh pot noodle. And I just laid it out on the floor, and oh my God, is that food all for me? It's just literally bags of food all over the floor. So I've managed to sort all them out, and they're going to go on the boat after they come off this call. And then we've got Wales versus England in the rugby in an hour's time. So we're going to have a few beers.
Oh, yeah, Come
on, Wales.
You're going to crash them, eh?
There's three Welshmen, 2 Englishmen and an Irishman. Sounds like the start of a joke, doesn't it? living in this, so it'll be pretty interesting.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely make the most of that. And you've been saying this has been happening since October and before, and there's been obviously so much meticulous planning, both in the physical training and, like you said, all the paperwork and everything. And I can't blame you at all for wanting to get off that row machine, and I'm sure itching to get into the real thing and do it. But what are you've spoken of your Mega Wednesdays, what are you envisioning an average day is going to look like once you guys are out on the water?
As soon as we get to Antigua, whether it be 40, 45 days, 50 days or whatever it is, I'm just going to get out the water. And apparently a lot of people say they're looking forward to a can of Coke, but I'm sure I'll look forward to a nice cold beer. I'm gonna go straight to the bar. We're staying at I can't remember the name of the hotel, but they've put us up for 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna eat lots of food, drink lots of beer, relax, chill, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, fly back home within 2 weeks. So I'll have a little holiday.
Awesome. Well deserved too.
Like all endurance sports, it's as much of a mental challenge as it is a physical one. Do you guys have any plans to try and keep each other sane whilst you're out there on the water?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I've been driving the boys insane in the house, let alone on the water. I'm sure I'm sure they think I'm absolutely nuts, because I think I got a mild form of Tourette's over the last week. I just keep blurting out this stuff, and they're like, "Is he all right or what?" But anyway, we're going to get on that boat, and at the end of the day, you're living in each other's pockets, so you got to look after one another. And fingers crossed, we don't get into Antigua arguing and ripping each other's heads off. But I doubt that's going to happen, because we all seem to get on fine. We'll all be good. But I have heard horror stories of people rowing across the Atlantic. They're friends to start with. When they get to the other side, they just don't want to speak to one another ever again. So time will tell.
Oh, I'm sure you guys have got it pretty sorted. It sounds like pretty tight crew there, and we just love what you're doing. And you mentioned about your food that you've got sorted. We saw you packing all your snack packs, and amazing. Like you said, there's so much food. And that's just for you. There's 4 of you that you've got to get all this food into pack for the voyage. I don't know how you're all going to fit, but I'm sure it looks like the TARDIS, that somehow you fit it all in. We're guessing that you haven't got room for Lemmy or your new wee pup to stow away with you.
Oh, I know. Gutted. I actually spoke to Lemmy I've spoken to him on FaceTime about 3 times, but I'm sure people think I'm bonkers, but he's there. It's not the other dog is not my dog, it's my brother's dog. So Lemmy was going to stay with him, but because he's a puppy, he just constantly barks at Lemmy. He drove my brother and my sister-in-law on the bend. So Lemmy's actually with my mum and dad. So I spoke to him the other day. He's got a new toy. He's got a little lamb, little cuddly lamb. So yeah, he's fine. He's all good. I'm just looking for, because every time I speak on FaceTime, he hears my voice and he looks at my mother's door. And he's like, "Oh, he's coming back." Obviously, I'm not, but I'll look forward to seeing him in 2 months' time.
Oh,
He almost probably piss all over the place, with him. He gets so excited. He's like, let me stop it.
Welcome home, Dad. Oh, we love it in your vlogs, when he just appears at the top of the stairs and he's got his ball and everything. It's just, he's lovely.
He's great.
While you're out on the water, have you got someone who's going to be keeping all us fans up to date with everything that's going on with social media? And also, where can we go to follow if so?
Yeah, we got Barry from Monkey Fist. He's looking after my Instagram. So he'll be doing my stories and he'll be doing my posts. All the links and everything will be in my bio, so everyone can donate to either Dean Farm Trust or Human, whichever they feel they want to support. And I got some fancy dress to take on the boat with me, just to have a laugh, to just pick everyone's spirits. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm sure you'll soon find out. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll get to see my antics on the water over the next few months, weeks.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, we're just double checking the length of it, the length of the row, just before we started this interview, and we found on the Monkey Fist website there's a little tracker thing as well to see where you guys are plotting across. It looks like, so
yeah,
that's gonna be fun to follow.
Every 4 hours shows where you are, which is brilliant.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of dot watching over the next few weeks. I know my parents and my mates and stuff, they're all going to be on the website following that little dot as it gets closer and closer to Antigua. But I've been following the Talisker race, which left La Gomera, which is 200 miles from here, and they left December the 12th. So I've been following that race on their website, and that's been interesting to follow the weather and all the stuff they've had to go through. And everyone always asks, what you're so nervous about, or what frightens you about this row. And the only thing, don't get me wrong, there's a few things that sort of frighten me a little bit, but the one thing that really does scare me is the marlin, because on the Talisker, in the same day, 2 boats got speared by a marlin, and the beaks went through the boat and into the living quarters, and there was somebody sleeping, and it went through its leg, not actually through the skin, but through the middle of his legs. And I was just like, man, if you're sleeping on there and that marlin spikes you. So as soon as I see a marlin, I'll start panicking. I don't think I'm going to go to sleep. I'll be like sleeping in dead. I'll be like wide awake and trying to row a boat as quick as possible to get back home.
Yeah, that's not something you really think about, is it? I was sort of looking at the boat and thinking, where do you guys go to the loo? And there you are worried about marlins. So
that's going to the loo is the least of my problems. That doesn't bother me. And after years in Dirty Sanchez, stuff like number 2s and number 1s, I've been there and seen it all. The other boys, on the other hand, they're in for a shock. I just start squeezing one out, staring in the face.
Oh, love it. I tell you what, we're gonna once you've had a chance to recover and have a well-earned break, we're gonna have to catch up again, because I can't wait to get all the inside story. But in the meantime, amazing what you guys are doing. Best of luck to you all. We just love it and wish you all the very best. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, give a shout out to Lemmy and my fiance Kira, and my mum, dad, and my brothers. Yeah, I'll see you in 3,200 miles.
Awesome.
Epic, absolutely epic.
Yeah, well, all the best from the vegan FTA team and all that. Even my mother, she sends her love. You know, she says, I don't care about the Didi Sanchez Day, but she loves seeing a good vegan Welsh boy out there. So yeah, we're all sending love. We'll be all tracking this and keeping up to date. And yeah, if any of our followers want to get and help out these causes,
yes,
we'll have all the links provided in the bio of this. And yeah, like, awesome, happy days, eh?
I hope you guys raise stacks and stacks of money, and I'm sure you'll have a blast. Maybe there'll be a different kind of book coming out from Pritch after this is all over, eh?
Well, I'm actually in the middle of writing my rowing diary, so when I get back, that's the aim, to publish the book of what's been happening over the last few months.
Awesome.
Fantastic. I look forward to that. Yeah, very much.
I'm expecting there'll probably be a chapter, no more bags of nuts.
Yeah, most probably. No more adventure, dried fruits. So yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to get going. Wednesday's a big day. I'm heavy day. It gets closer. I get more butterflies, but it's going to be good. I just can't wait to get on the boat now. That's all I want to do. Get on that boat, get to the other side, raise loads of money for Dean Farm Trust and Human, and enjoy some banana rums in Antigua.
Thank you for watching this episode. If you'd like to support our speaker, then follow the links provided in the description. If you're enjoying this content, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like on our videos or drop a comment with something that you've learned. Your love and support means the world to us, and we thank you all for watching this.